Welcome back, everybody. We're here to pull cards for June the 19th. I am going to be pulling one card for overall energy, and then I'm going to pull one card for each sign, and we're going to look and see how that works out for everybody. If you know your sun sign, you can get a little bit of juice from a reading like this. If you know your ascendant and therefore your house system, you can actually pull quite a bit of information from a reading like this. It's an N. Overall energy shows up as, okay, this is going to be an interesting day. We've got the Tower card showing up. I feel betrayed. My cards weren't even trying to jump all over the place when I was shuffling. Usually they indicate something like that. With a lot of chaos in the shuffle. We didn't have any chaos in the shuffle. So Tower overall just means there's some kind of big shakeup. Now, sometimes we cause the big shakeup, and maybe that's why we're not getting a lot of chaos in the shuffle. Sometimes we are the recipients of the chaos. Kept trying to add an R in there. So let's see how this plays out for everybody. Let's also remember before we move on, I just want to talk about the Tower a little bit. So Tower specifically talks about this idea of something that used to make us feel secure, safe, stable, suddenly and unexpectedly being removed from our experience. Sometimes we are causing it to be removed from our experience because we can see that we've outgrown it and we're moving forward. We have to make room, so we have to get rid of that tower before we can move forward. We have to get rid of that thing that made us feel secure and safe for a while. Sometimes this is happening because Spirit says, whoa, you're not growing anymore. We don't like stagnant. Out you go. Now you're thrown out of the tower. Okay, so it can go either way. But whether it starts at your choice or somebody else's choice, it is the beginning of a longer story. And when we get to the end of that story, it always has a happy ending because we always end up being put in a position where we need to find something that is better than what that tower was originally. Because we need to replace whatever that was that made us feel secure before, but we had outgrown it. So we're not going to settle for the same. Now we're looking for something better, and we find it. We're not going to go through a tower situation without having something better out there to find. Spirit doesn't do that to us. He put us here to succeed and to overcome. So this might be the beginning of a longer story. The longer story is going to be great. The tower, when it first happens, if we're not the one initiating it, can take our breath away a little bit. Can take a minute for us to get our feet underneath ourselves again. Some of us are the ones initiating it, though, so we were prepared. Let's see. Aries. What do you have? Nine of Swords. Aries, I do think that there is a tower situation. There's something that is out of your control where something that made you feel secure and stable is suddenly and unexpectedly been removed from your experience. I don't feel like this is you causing this shakeup. I do feel like it's putting you under a lot of stress initially. And this is when we start to get our breath back, start to get our feet under us so we can go out and replace whatever this was that was removed. So it looks to me like this is something that's out of your control, and that the way the energy sits right now, before you're seeing this video, you're really stressing out. Don't stress. Just do what you got to do to get to the other side of this. Start looking for how you replace that sense of stability and security. What do you do to replace that? Taurus. Taurus. Ace of Wands. Oh, Lordy, we had the torch. My rising sign is a Taurus. Ace of Wands. We torched the tower, man. It was us. We're the pyromaniacs here. Okay? So there's some kind of major shakeup that we are causing today, and we are causing it of our own conscious and free will. So if we're doing that, then we know that we're going to get to something that's better later. But for right now, it's just like when you remodel a house, you have to come in and you have to do the demolition first so you can put in the new, better stuff. This is us. We're in demo mode right now. Demolition mode for the Taurus. All right, let's see what we have for Gemini. Eight of Pentacles. Now, this is interesting, Geminis, because I'm getting a couple of reads off this card, and I think they both apply for most of you. I think that the big shakeup that's happening is happening at work. Now, will it influence you? Yes. Is it directly impacting you? Slightly. Otherwise, it wouldn't be showing up here. But I feel like the impact is actually a good one. I feel like whatever this shakeup is actually allows you to be more productive at work and to be able to do your work in a more happy and efficient way. So maybe there's some kind of new equipment coming in or some kind of new policy, or maybe you have a manager that is getting the boot because they were just really jerks to people below them. I don't know what's going on here. Whatever this shakeup is, though, it works out for your benefit really quickly. I don't even want to say in the long run. I think really quickly. Cancer. World card. Now, this is interesting. I think whatever the shakeup is, it brings something to completion. And with that world card coming in right side up, it brings it to a full completion and an ideal completion. So whatever this shakeup is, it works out for your highest and best good, Cancer. It brings something to a close that maybe you've been trying to get to close for a while, and it hasn't been. It's been kind of resistant. This shakeup brings something to a close, brings some kind of energy or effort to a close. It's handled. It's taken care of now. Leo. Three of Cups coming up for Leos. Boop-a-da-doo-doo. What do we have there? Leos, I think you have a friend who's going through a tower situation, basically. So if you want to know the tower situation and what that is, then you want to scroll back to the beginning of the video where I talk about tower cards. But I do think you've got a friend that's going through a tower situation. And I think that this is showing up in your reading because you're going to end up in a supportive situation for this person. You may be giving them advice, or, they can be crying on your shoulder, that type of thing. Virgo. Six of Wands. Virgos, this is really good, actually. It's so sweet. I think that somebody is recognizing you and the things that you've done and how they benefited other people besides just yourself. They're giving you some kind of kudos or recognition, and I think it's a complete surprise to you. I don't think you're expecting this at all. This is like if somebody calls you into the principal's office when you're in school and you're like, oh my God, I don't know what I did. What did I do? Why am I in trouble? And you get in there and then they give you some kind of award after all. Maybe they say you won an amazing scholarship or something. It's that kind of surprise. Like you're just, it's definitely somebody appreciating you, complimenting you, and it just blows you over. You're totally taken off guard by this. You're blindsided by it. You weren't expecting that from this person. All right, let's look at Leo. Leo. Queen of Swords. Or excuse me, this is Libra. We just did Leo. They had the Three of Cups. This is Libra. Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords fits you guys too. One of your court cards, Libra. Boop-a-da-doop-bo. I'm hearing that taking care of business song again. I just heard that yesterday for somebody else, though. Libra, I think that you are causing this major shakeup intentionally yourself because you know that things have to change. And so you're just, You're just changing them. I actually just got a view of you. Almost said a video of you. I just got a view of you just being at the bowling alley and just walking up with the ball in your hand and just making the pitch and, strike, coming out with a full strike, which for those of you who don't know, in bowling, a strike is good. Um, yeah. So in a strike, actually, all the pins get knocked down, not just some of them. All of them get knocked down. And so if you get a strike on your first pitch, that's an amazing thing. That's like the best thing you can have happen when you're bowling. Um, it's amazing when I do it because the odds are very low that I'm going to pull that off. But that's what this looks like to me. This looks like you're taking down the old structure somehow. You're getting rid of it successfully. I don't think it's coming back. You may be burning some bridges as you do that even. But it's all a part of the master plan. You have a plan here, and you're just getting that plan in motion, or you're taking the next step in it. But I think you're getting it in motion, Libras. And that plan is to get yourself into a better situation than what you have been. Scorpio, Scorpio, Scorpio. 10 of Swords. Blah, blah, blah. Are we doing this or somebody else? I'm hearing we're doing this. Considering I have 4 planets in Scorpio, I don't know what I'm knocking down tomorrow. Actually, when is this? This is going to be the 19th. Is that Monday? Now I'm like trying to figure it out. Yeah, Monday. And I'm recording this on Friday. I have no idea what I'm wiping out on Monday. Whatever it is, I'm bringing it. Scorpios, we're bringing something to a full and complete close, and we're the ones doing this. It's not out of our control. We're the ones in control. We're shutting down something. And it's interesting because whatever this is, even though it did make us feel safe and secure at one point in time, it's been causing a lot of tension or debate lately for a while. And so we are shutting it down, baby. It's causing a major shakeup for some other people in our sphere of influence, but it's causing us some relief. Relief. Sagittarius. Death card showing up here, Sagittarius. Transformation. I think this is an interesting card because it does make me feel like the rising phoenix, but it makes me feel like the rising phoenix before the rise from the ashes. This is like, oh, I'm so tired. Just resting. Can't do anything. And then I feel like we're just seeing like the snapshot of right before the phoenix gets his energy back. And next thing you know, he's soaring through the air joyfully, happily, completely rebuilt and re-energized. So this feels to me, Sagittarius, like what we're seeing here is that this tower, I don't think that you're causing it. I think that it surprises you, definitely. And I think that when it first happens, you may even be questioning, where do I go from here? Do I even go from here? For some of you. And I think that what we're seeing is just like the darkest moment before the dawn in this card. I think that it's not going to take long for you to realize, oh, wait a second. This opens up a few options that I've actually been wishing for a while. It just feels like this guy is getting ready to pop off his roost and start flying with beautiful new feathers and beautiful new energy. Good for you, Sagittarius. Next up, let's look at Capricorn. Capricorn. Seven of Wands. Capricorn, you've got something falling apart or being shaken up in your life right now because it did not meet your standards. And I think you're just pulling it apart, getting ready to rebuild it so that it does meet your standards. For some of you, this could very easily be um, a technology or a very tangible asset type of situation where you are literally taking something apart and rebuilding it because it didn't do everything that you wanted it to do in its old form. And you're putting upgraded components or pieces in this thing so that it will do what you want it to do and more. That's what this feels like to me. Now, I don't know if that's how it is for all Capricorns, that it's that tangible, that it's something that you use tools to take apart and put back together in a new and improved way. But definitely for some of you, I'm just laughing because make sure you put it back together in a new and improved way. I think you will. I think it's inevitable. But I'm laughing because I used to fix air traffic control radar back when that was controlled by radar, people operating radar, I should say. And I got a new TV while I was still pretty new at that. I was still pretty much an apprentice. And I wanted to see inside the TV and see all the electronic components. And so I peeled the back off, but I broke some of the tabs that held the plastic piece on the back, which kept all the dust out. So it was kind of important. So I ended up, when I put it back together, and I mean, it's less than a week old, I put it back together and I had strapping tape around it so dust wouldn't get in where I had broke the tabs on the seal as I connected the back to the front. That was before we had flat screen TVs for those of you young pups. At one time, TVs were huge and they had tubes in them. Anyway, that's what I was laughing about. I was laughing about the idea of taking something apart and putting it back together better than it was before. You don't want to do like I did, put it back together with tape and make it look trashy within a week of buying it. Put it back together better than it was before. You're upgrading the thing, okay? Next up, we're looking at Aquarius. Wheel of Fortune showing up in reverse, Aquarius. Okay. This is really interesting how it comes up. Aquarius, yeah, definitely something has come apart. There's been a shakeup, and I don't think that you controlled that shakeup. Here's the thing. I don't think it's really stopped anything in your life. I think it's made some things a little bit more difficult, but it hasn't actually stopped them. And I think that as time goes along, you're going to adapt. Actually, I don't know how long it's going to take for you to adapt. Not that long. You're going to adapt and it'll end up being just fine. Whatever this is that gets shook up, you're just adapting right off the bat and it becomes something that takes a few days, but you'll be running pretty smooth again before long. And Pisces. Four of Cups coming up in reverse. No pity parties for you, Pisces. I feel like you may not have exactly caused this tower. You may have been sort of thinking it might be coming. I don't think you're 100% expecting it, but you could be sort of kind of thinking it might be coming. And whatever this shakeup is, I think that it sets you free. With that Four of Cups in reverse, I think you're looking at, oh, well, it was disappointing. We're not going to say it wasn't disappointing, but it still manages to set you free from something. And so I think you're looking around and going, oh, what do I get to do now? This is exciting. That's what I have for you guys. So thank you guys so much for being here today. Everybody have a fantastic day. I know by the end of the day, it'll be a little bit different, but hopefully different in a good way. If not by the end of today, it will be soon. So, anyway, thank you guys very much for being here. If y'all do need a reading, then just reach out to me. All my contact information is on the website below. I love to read for y'all. I also do Reiki sessions long distance. So, if you need that, let me know. And what else? Oh, yeah. Since I'm not pushing anything like hair removal things or makeup or high style, you guys are my sponsors. So please put a thumbs up on this video, share it out to the world, and put your feedback down below. Thank you guys. Everybody have a great day. Peace out.